to the 1-0 defeat against Chelsea. And first up is from Brian Daigle. And he says, as a Spurs fan, when life gives you lemons, and this is a picture of Ange Postecoglou with his trophy in his second year saying, lost by the 1-goal trophy.
Yeah, it's another occasion we only lost by 1 goal yesterday. It's just a weird thing, isn't it? We've lost so many games and all by 1 goal.
Yeah.
Just a weird quirk of how we've lost games at the this season.
Next up is Ryan _Spurs14, and this is a selfie that he took last night with me in the away end. Time for change banner. And that's exactly, I don't know why he posted it twice in the same tweet, but
you look too happy. You look delighted.
It was 0-0 at that point.
Oh, it was 0-0. I see.
It was at half time.
Happy not to be losing.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, time for change, people. Ramon Vega says they did a great job of creating a divide between the fans, the manager, and the players by making the manager and players the scapegoats in this situation. Only one person is laughing at this situation again, and he's obviously alluding to Mr. Levy.
Yeah,
Mr. Levy.
Exactly. Levy has reduced the wage bill, has getting all these events at the Tottenham Stadium.
Just announced another night of Chris Grau, by the way.
Another fantastic. He's the one who's really the only one not suffering right now. The only thing he's not suffering from is he's not going to be getting Champions League revenue next season. That's the only thing he's not suffering from.
Yeah. Spurs Express. This is spot on from Dan Kilpatrick on Ange Postecoglou's Tottenham, and he says they largely resembled 11 individuals with no game plan, cohesion, or structure.
That's what it felt like yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. And you know what? This isn't like the first time people are saying this. I've said it a few times over the past couple of months where it just looks like these players don't even know each other on the pitch. It feels like we've gone out to the local park and just picked up 11 players and put them on the pitch.
Yeah, which should not be happening. Should not be happening. The only thing I would say to that is a lot of these players have been out for so long. Yeah, I understand it, but especially when you've had this amount of time on the training pitch, but since the last game and since the international break, a lot of these players didn't even go on internationals like Van de Ven and stuff. So that you expect to be a lot more cohesive than it is.
And you know what? Like with the players coming back from international break, they've still got more time on the training pitch than maybe like any other international break. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even play on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Spurs web new footage of Ange's cupped ear gesture towards the away fans, and there you have it in clear daylight. Ange cupping his ear to the away fans and then waving. Is that a way to get the fans to celebrate? Is it?
Yeah, I don't understand the. He's clearly a gesture to goad them. He's clearly goading the away fans. I don't understand how it can be interpreted in any other way, to be honest.
And on top of that, he doesn't even acknowledge the away fans after the game. Like, if you want to be like this manager that that's saying you're trying to get them to celebrate, then at least like acknowledge them at the end of the game as well.
Yeah, but would that have done more harm than good? Probably at that point,
maybe. But I think if
I don't think they would have been receptive to anything.
No, but I still think like have a bit of respect for the fans, even if you're going to cop and flack a bit of abuse. Players came over and they took the abuse because they know that they need to respect the fans. Mm-hmm. The manager should be doing that as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Paul O'Keefe says everyone knows the disgrace the board are at Tottenham Hotspur when it comes to the hamstringing managers. But the excuse isn't valid when the manager clearly not getting anything from the team. Two things can be very wrong simultaneously. Postecoglou is the wrong horse to back here. Yeah, and I've pretty much been saying that for a while.
Look, on Ange, I do still think he's a good manager. But I think right now, the way things are going, I think he's cracked under the pressure, and you can clearly see it. You can clearly see how it's getting to him. He's reacting in all sorts of different ways to fans and to journalists and all these different things. He can't seem to deal with the current situation, and when you're goading your own fans, you can't stay in a job. That's the last thing you can do.
And also, like in the last press conference before this game, when he was talking about like, there are many good candidates for this role and all this kind of stuff. When you're talking like that, you're pretty much a dead man walking.
Yeah, but that's also Ange, isn't it? That's how he speaks. You know what I mean? Yeah. He likes to say things not like he likes to make light of situations, doesn't he? And I think that's kind of what he was doing.
Spurs Express from Craig Hope saying Newcastle and Spurs are in lucrative talks over a pre-season friendly in Seoul.
Well, it looks like we could be going back to Seoul in the summer.
Yeah, very much so. So one friendly in Hong Kong against Arsenal and potentially another one in Seoul against Newcastle. Change for Tottenham. Sunday we march again to make our voices heard and show our discontent to the board. Our demands remain clear and our unity is our strength. Join us as we stand for what's right. Thank you for your continued support. We won't back down. So if you do want to join the protest, obviously 6th of April, Southampton game, 12:15 at the crossroads of Lordship Lane and the High Road. And go check out Change for Tottenham on X for all further details if you want to get involved in that.
Get your voices heard.
I'll most definitely be down there, that's for sure. So come and join me, people, at the protest, because I think it's important to get your voices heard. Next up, Spurs Army says, give it Ryan Mason till the end of the season. I've seen enough, slept on it. Give me Mason.
You ready for Money Mace? Not Money
ready.
Mace, that's Mason Mount. You ready for Mason Mount? Give him the job. You ready for Ryan Mason?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah. Give it Mason.
It's either him or Ange, I guess.
Surely Mason's learnt a lot in the last few years since he last had it.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Look, the reality is it can't get much worse.
Well, we're still in Europa League, so...
Yeah, but, I mean, does anyone have any confidence that we'll still be in the Europa League if Ange is our manager in a couple of weeks' time?
If you're asking me, do I think we got a better shot with Ange or with Mason?
I actually think we've got a better shot with Mason. Not because of the quality of manager, just because of everything surrounding it.
Maybe he can just get a one-off performance out of us, potentially. I don't know what the answer is.
We don't need a one-off performance. We need a two-off performance to get into the next round, a four-off performance to get into the final, and then a five-off performance to win it.
I don't know. I don't know if we're better off with Mason or Ange. I still think we're probably more likely to go through if we had Ange.
I don't know, man. I just think this team just lack all sort of cohesion. I think confidence is in the gutter. I don't know. Does Mason come in and give it confidence? Probably not. But at least making a change brings something different. And maybe something different is what we need right now.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, yes, we definitely need something different. That's for sure. But whether it's Mason,
Harry?
I don't know. Give it Harry.
Harry till the end of the season?
Martin
Yole.
Co-manager.
Football Confidential says, wish Spurs had 11 Lucas Bergvals. He's levels above every other Spurs player on show. And he really is. We're saying this week in, week out.
It's another great display. The guy's the style. Look, it wasn't his best display, but it's still much better than any other Spurs player.
Yeah. Blue Deer says, our captain, and this fight broke out at the end of the first half yesterday.
Oh, it was all over nothing as well. It was a bunch of rubbish.
And Bentancur seemed quite irate, and Sonny just goes straight in there, pulls Bentancur away, and showing that leadership ability.
Most passion we showed over the whole game,
Pretty much,
in that moment.
What was it over?
It was nothing. Just there was a foul, and then Colwell grabs the ball, and Romero shoves him away, and he acts like he's hurt, and it's all just a bunch of nonsense.
Rising Star 11, Lucas Bergvall in the first half against Chelsea, 100% ground duels won, 100% take-ons, 87% passing accuracy. Baller.
Absolute baller.
Daily Hotspur, Son Heung-min says he misses Harry Kane. I don't know when this was, this interview.
Well, I'm not surprised.
But he says, obviously, I'm missing him more than any time. For me, he's the best striker. And we all know
I'm
he's the best striker.
I'm sure the points more than most. He's missing Kane. No, it's not a surprise.
Oh, yeah, I'm just hating all this kind of hate that's coming towards Son this season. It just doesn't sit right with me whatsoever. This guy has given so much to his football club. So much. And yeah, look, he's not having the best season he's ever had, but if you want to go at someone, don't go at someone that has given so much to this football club. Go at the people that actually go at the people that actually, deserve it. You know what I mean? Jersey Spurs says Ange Ball. Look at this picture. Our right back and centre mid, our centre back at right back, our other centre back walking into his centre back position, our centre mid at centre back. It's the injuries, mate.
Look, I don't think the snapshot is of a game like that is the problem, but I understand what he's trying to say, and I think obviously that's what Ange tries to do. He tries to get these rotations going, but when you get a snapshot like that, it doesn't look great. I understand that.
Mari says, even though the goal was disallowed, Sonny's gesture was still beautiful, pushing Sarr so he could receive applause from the fans.
Yeah, that was nice. Unfortunately, it didn't mean anything, but it was nice.
Yeah. And next one is from Alex THFC. If you go backwards.
Go back. There you go.
Yeah. This one is from Alex THFC. Ange's record against Chelsea and Arsenal: 7 games, 0 wins, 1 draw, 6 losses. His 8th game tonight, and that 1 draw came in Ange's 5th game or something.
It was in the first 10 games, wasn't it, against the Emirates?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has a horrible record in London derbies. Really, really horrible record.
Invert the Wing says Ange had nearly 3 weeks to figure it out. He didn't. Impossible to defend him. And this is from Ange Postecoglou's #1 fan.
Yeah, but he's the most extreme person. He flip-flops to extreme. That's how he is.
His picture is Ange Postecoglou.
I know. He's the most extreme guy. Everything's extreme with him, though.
He's not wrong, though.
No, he's not wrong.
SZY Comp says, look at his reaction. This is when he was asked about, the situation with the fans, and he just looked shocked at the question. Ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a pre-planned shock.
That look.
Yeah, that look there.
Oh, Ange.
Like he didn't know what was going to be asked. Maybe he is just an old guy, doesn't know how he's going to be perceived or something. I don't know. I feel bad for him if what he meant wasn't how everyone's reading it, but it's hard not to read like that.
Yeah. Football Confidential saying Leicester City last 15 Premier League games, lost 14, 1 win against Tottenham, and last Premier League goal scored against Tottenham as well, by the way.
Yeah, shocking.
Tadaris To-Do says the shushing in quotation marks. He actually asked for more from the fans.
Yeah, so I don't know where this rumor came from. I think actually he's quote replying the person who started the rumor, and they've looks like they've deleted it. So that's good, but yeah, I don't know why people feel the need to start these stupid rumors just to cause more more toxicity, I guess.
Yeah. Lily White Rose. Yeah. Lily White Rose just says, wow. That was in reply to, obviously, Ange and his cupping to the ear. Next one is Blue Deer saying, laughing emoji at Spence. Don't fight her, forget it. So Spence was just like, yeah, I can't be asked for this.
He's just a chill guy.
He's like, what are you guys doing? I just cannot be asked. Fair play to him, to be fair. Joel Kim says, quite controversial at the moment. This is the video of Ange cupping his ears to the fans after Sarr scored his goal. After fans booed him for bringing in Sarr, probably not the best thing to do under fire.
You say that again.
Ryan Taylor says, utter chaos at Stamford Bridge. Spurs fans singing you don't know what you're doing to Ange Postecoglou after Pape and Brennan Johnson subbed on. Sarr scores, Postecoglou cups his way to the away end. Goal is then disallowed. Swear things like that only happen at Tottenham. It's so spot on, isn't it?
That's a journalist saying that as well.
Yeah.
Ryan Taylor. Absolutely. It's the most Spursy thing I think that can ever happen.
Yeah. Well, that is it. That is how the internet did react to the game yesterday. Very, very, very frustrating day. And where do we go from here, people? You let us know in the comments section.